17 of the National Football League. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Patriots and the Colts on Monday Night Prime Time.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who are saying that's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. I think they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll have Matt Ryan calling the shots, the former MVP and 3rd overall pick.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers at the line, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Nyheim Hines, his first carry.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now it's Hines. And he's got some space here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? I mean, let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. On first down, Hines. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. This is Hines. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the runner. Touchdown!
Molly Cox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken up a life of its own, and slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. The extra point forthcoming. And this is good to make it 7-0 ending. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it right following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earned.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. But look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over to this week as well.
From the 31, Jones, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Jones. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He'll buy some time right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
On 2nd and goal, Jones. Parker's got it for a New England touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe it. Because
extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And not a good return here at all, as he'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Ryan. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mariah Cox, complete. And he is going to have the Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. He had a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run with Hines. Dante Hightower on the stop. And Charles, this defense, you might say, you're looking forward to a matchup like this. You like to get a team, I would imagine, when they're down, and this is a group that's lost 4 straight.
But their head coach made it very clear in his weekly media availability that everybody's a threat. We're not taking anyone lightly. He's making sure that we know that he's grinding his team this week because, let's face it, who wants to be the team to lose to someone who's lost 4 straight games?
These 2 teams all tied after 1. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now it's Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will work it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them. Guys use barrels on the side.
Starts the drive on the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get it behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice turn.
63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Jones on 1st and 10. Open man, the tight end Henry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the 1st down on 3rd down.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw there complete to Myers. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he...
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that.
And now look at this. Big gain by fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to get it down near the 11-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it.
1st and 10 at the 11th. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back to throw. Jones sliding out of the pocket. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete. He was covered by Stephon. Throwing on second and long. Jones eluding the pressure. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jacoby Myers with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense.
Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it will come out to the 25. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. From the 30 on second down, Ryan, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Jones now throwing on first down. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But get away it does, and it's second down. On second down, this is Harris. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in this. on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Here's Ryan. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Ryan. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Ryan. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Just checking with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Naeem Hines, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
One after here coming up. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. New England trying to get a place on offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it instead. It'll bring up 3rd down. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the deep?
Patriots send out their punter as he'll They'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And here's Rodgers on the return. 44 yards to return this first second. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing, and I think... On first down, Ryan. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. That's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call it 38 yards. That's at the line, ready to go. As they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Jones, a final shot before break. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kenyon Drake, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Jared Goff leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running game. They're over 100 yards as a team, and it's been the catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Colts, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. And it's safe to say he has been getting his money's worth in this one.
I would agree with that totally. Being able to go back and launch it and air it out. And let's face it, it's not just him stepping back and flinging it, though. You've got to have someone who can go get it. And that's important for any offense. Someone who can stretch the field, or as they like to say, take the top off of a zone defense. Open things up, because then you can come back and throw under.
That's at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Harris going to get it again on second down. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. 110 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play there for the Patriots.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game. But it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes us down to about the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Taylor. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. J.J. Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he's got room. A big pickup there on the run.
It's a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And the Colts, 1st down.
They run again with Hines. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And to give this time to the tailback. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game.
Handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
On 1st down, Jones rolling to his right. Open man right side, Myers. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Kendrick Bourne, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. Watch under center. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here's Rodgers to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. Here's Ryan to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down.
Play action, Ryan. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up that long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Very compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing it in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
There's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Stuff to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, and it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Ryan. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Ryan will throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. But defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. QT, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 21.
42, Colts 21.
A touchdown. And this is secured by the Patriots. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Coaches tell us when he scores.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Down at the 30-yard line.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go. Take him down at the 19-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And look there, not a good sight. Gronkowski down. And you just hope it's not that knee again. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. A give to Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And here we get a look at Stewart down on the ground still. Hope this isn't anything serious. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They run with Harris. And he'll be he's stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. Double spotlight, wasn't it?
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now it's Ryan. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Colts on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check-down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Right there, 54.
Hey, Tuesday.
Here's Ryan. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Sets up 4th down.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. They run with Harris. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some appears, at least on this drive.
And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never...
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Pats, they continue to show they're playoff ready as they move to 13-3 with 1 game remaining.